God, where do I even begin with this? I mean, is this supposed to be a comedy? Is this supposed to be a drama that's, like, unintentionally funny? Like, what is this? This movie's an enigma, guys. Let's dig in. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to yet another brand new movie review. And as always, I really thank you so much for stopping by. I really hope you enjoy your stay, especially this time around, because we are continuing the Shyamalan playlist by looking at the one film that... oh boy, this time around, we're looking at The Happening. This is a bad movie. So long, everybody! Oh, suppose you want more than that. Fine. Let's look at The Happening. So, The Happening stars Mark Wahlberg and Zooey Deschanel in what so far is the only Shyamalan film to be rated R. Is that so less people can watch it? That's gotta be it. An apocalyptic threat to humanity arrives out of the clear blue sky with a series of violent, inexplicable deaths spreading across the country. And the cause of the terrifying phenomenon remains unknown, it was the trees, which all prompts the science teacher Elliot Moore, played by Mark Wahlberg, his wife Alma, played by Zooey Deschanel, and his colleague Julian, played by John Leguizamo, to try and elude the invisible killer in Pennsylvania's farmland. And soon, it was the trees, it becomes clear that no one is safe. And just a heads up, in case you're new to the channel, in case you're new to these retro reviews that I do, especially with Shyamalan, I'm gonna dig into spoilers. And it's The Happening, so it's gotta happen. It was the trees. I mean, what can be said about The Happening that hasn't already been said up to this point? Before I tear into this piece of shit, you gotta give the man credit where it's due. M. Night Shyamalan has to have one of the most diverse canons of films in cinema history. He's directed Oscar nominees like The Sixth Sense, cinephile favorites like Signs, superhero movies like Unbreakable, and this piece of shit. Now, all of Shyamalan's movies preceding this one, I at least feel have some redeeming qualities to them. Even Lady in the Water, which a lot of people crapped on, that has an excellent performance from Paul Giamatti in my opinion. But on the contrary... good lord, The Happening has some pretty obnoxious performances across the board. And that starts with Mark Wahlberg. Yeah, this guy's gone on record to state that he's not overly proud of The Happening, but how could he pass up the opportunity to play a high school science teacher? These bees are dying all over the place. Come on, guys. Take an interest in science. Jesus, that whole opening lecture. That's something else, isn't it? Let me just say, if you're taking the movie seriously up through that point, you could just turn off the movie right there, because that one opening lecture spoils the rest of the film right from the beginning. Yeah, sometimes it's nature. Sometimes it'll just happen at random for no reason. That's not a direct quote, and I realize that this is a shitty Mark Wahlberg impression, but you get my point. And once it all does get to that big plot twist, and I realize that this review has been very scatterbrained so far, but f*** it. What movie am I talking about in this review? This movie itself is scatterbrained. It's a Happening review. Why not? Once it all gets to the Woody Allen-style news report at the very end of the film where it explains the entire plot twist to us, where it was in fact the trees making all this crap happen, like, you're really hammering the point home, aren't you? While I'm on the subject of this script, in addition to hammering all the points home, like, it's just so freaking silly. There are just so many unbelievably abnormal points that pop up throughout this entire 90-minute runtime. How about that lady in the bar showing people that gruesome video of a guy just letting a lion eat his arms? I mean, I sure as hell wouldn't be welcome to watching such a video. I'd be sitting there like, why the f*** are you showing me this? Get the hell away from me. But nope, everybody watches it and they're freaking terrified by it. I mean, as they should be. My favorite weird moment in The Happening, though, gotta be Mark Wahlberg talking to that plastic plant. It's just gotta be. I mean, you can't really get performances like this anywhere else. Same with Zooey Deschanel, who I hate to say, similar to Wahlberg, heinously miscast here. It's unfortunate because I'm a big fan of both of these actors, but this script does them precisely zero favors. Like, how about towards the happy ending, after she takes the pregnancy test, you see some big ol' houseplants behind her. Yeah, as if there wasn't a giant fucking epidemic sweeping your whole city by way of the damn trees. Ay, this movie, guys. And yeah, it doesn't help that John Leguizamo makes an appearance here, giving us a bunch of math riddles. That was the last thing I needed. Yeah, mother of Christ, you want to talk about miscasting? He was just annoying. I mean, at least Wahlberg can be entertaining, but anytime his colleague pops up, I'm like, Now, speaking of annoying, some people might find the hot dog man annoying. Let's just call him Diet John Malkovich for the purposes of this review. I couldn't help but laugh at how fascinated he was by hot dogs. You like hot dogs, don't you? He is just adamant that they love them. Just, like, that's just the kind of thing you're gonna see in The Happening. Just so bizarre. We also see two kids popped up who are shoehorned names for their resumes, one of whom is played by Spencer Breslin. They are bizarrely comfortable with being separated from their families like they are. They seem more concerned with Mark Wahlberg's mood ring than getting separated. And then they just get shot to smithereens. Yeah, it's one of those gory films. The kind of gory films that escalate way too quickly. Oh god, this movie's garbage. Now, listen everybody, some may argue that this should be reevaluated as an homage to the 1950s B movies, like the big, weird horror films like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. But in my eyes, this is just a poorly made film. It just feels like everybody's half-assing their way through this one, severely. Shyamalan is trying to make The Wind terrifying with his direction and failing. Tak Fujimoto's cinematography is oddly off-kilter in certain moments. It is unlike him. And as I've alluded to, these performances are laughable. You would really think I hate this movie, judging from all this freaking, like... I'm telling you though, this movie is an enigma. I can't help but be entertained by The Happening. I don't know how it's possible, but I no longer feel like talking about this shitty movie. But as you can see, I can't help but smile when I do. Without a doubt, I'm giving The Happening an F. Let me make this clear for everybody though. This isn't an F in the sense of, oh, I hate this movie, I want nothing to do with it anymore. Hi, Artemis Fowl. Nice to see you. F*** off. But obviously, I own the Blu-ray for The Happening, so there's just times like right now where I just feel like popping it in and making fun of it. And it's a damn good time. I actually highly recommend popping this movie in every once in a while. I'm not being tortured right now, I promise. But this is all just one guy's opinion, of course. What do you guys think of The Happening? Did you guys find it as hilarious as I did? Do you absolutely despise it? I'm also curious, what is your guys' favorite movie that is unintentionally hilarious? As you can tell, I love making these videos for you guys and starting the discussion about cinema and all things entertainment. So let's go ahead and continue the discussion down in the comments. And friends, if this is your first time visiting the channel today, thank you all so much for clicking on the video. And do consider hitting that big red subscribe button down below as hard as you possibly can. It's completely free. You can always change your mind later. And this way you can always stay up to date with any of my future uploads. And one more reminder, be sure to hit that thumbs up on your way out. It really helps us get the content out there for everybody. You guys are the best, and I really thank you for all of your support of the channel so far. Always be on the lookout for more exciting content hitting my channel very soon, including the next installment in the Shyamalan series, The Last Airbender! It's time! The shittiest movie I think I may have ever seen in my life. And Shyamalan even hinted at it at the end of The Happening. The Avatar backpack. We should have known. We should have known what was coming. Yeah, stay tuned for that, guys. I'm looking forward to going through that therapy with you all. You all are the best. And again, thank you all so much for tuning in. With all that being said, back talk, commence.